Hey everybody, Joe Passion Unchained here. Homeless to Riches Part 2. Last week, I talked to you about a little bit about my journey and how I went from being homeless to having riches. I made $13,000 this month so far. I might make more, we'll see. And I used that money to pay off 4 of my credit cards and to build an emergency savings, and it is so fucking freeing to have this money available to me. I'm gonna unbutton this because this is really fucking hot, and because it's also a little bit smaller of a shirt and it's kind of bunching up in an annoying way. Cue stripper music, club music. So I went through part of my video script and I wanted to do the second part in a different video. I've corrected some of the lighting issues. I got an interesting shadow on my face here. I don't know if you guys like that. Let me know in the comments. Still getting used to this area. I'm not entirely sure how to position the camera and what to do with lighting. But this is much better than the other one. I was a little annoyed with how much my face was in shadow. So grateful for that little shift. And let's get into it, shall we? Remove this guy. Put this way off there because it might have been in the frame, my computer, but it's not at all. So where I'm at now, I have an outline thing. I'm very grateful for all my clients, by the way. I've been telling my recent clients how grateful I am that they're helping me pay the bills. In fact, my client yesterday, through the company that I'm partnering with, gave me a tip. He gave me a $50 bill at the end, which I was really happy because the shoot wasn't cheap, and not only was he comfortable paying that, but after the experience, he was so happy with it that he gave me a $50 bill. I made me really happy. It wasn't even the $50 because at this point, that's not even that life-changing for me. I'm doing pretty well for myself, so I don't really need the 50. It's nice. I'll definitely enjoy it, but it was more so the gesture. It was more so the proof that this means this guy really liked working with me. That's proof there. It's not just saying it. If you say it like you mean it, sure, you can tell if somebody means it. But if they give you money, it is proof. It is rock solid proof that they had a good time. You don't give people money if you don't have a good time. So there. What else? Businesses I tried. I don't know if I talked about the businesses I tried last time, but let me talk about it now, just in case. If I double up, then whatever. Oh no, I did. I remember I did. I talked about the bookbinding. I did 100 hours a week bookbinding. That was one where I kind of broke even for the materials, but my time was completely unpaid for. And I also did graphic design. I was trying to make logos. I actually made a couple of logos somewhat recently out of the blue. My uncle hit me up for $1,200 for one set, and then $1,000 for the second set. But before that, when I was actually trying, I was only able to make a few hundred in total over the course of a couple years. And I was traveling during that time. That was actually what I was doing when I was in Colombia, being homeless, begging on the streets for cash monies. I was working super hard, and I made some money, but not what I needed. What else? Where I started with that now. There were some other ones. I think I already talked about how I tried to knit hats, but for like 5 hours of work, I only got $30 per hat. It was not sustainable whatsoever. But window washing was a company that I started more recently. There's a guy I know. Shout out to David. You know who you are, David Stubbers. He has an exterior cleaning business, not just window washing, pressure washing, a bunch of stuff. And he created a course to help other guys do the same and build their own. And he put me in the group. We have mutual friends. He put me in the group, and I learned from them, and I didn't make like a ton, but I made a few thousand. I made like every single month I would make like a couple thousand, and it was only a few days of work. It was really easy. It was hard manual labor. It was kind of boring, but it was actually fulfilling also. And that was something I started a little over about a year and a half ago. And for a year or so, I've been making money doing that, and then rideshare. Of course, rideshare is easy. It's technically a business. It's not really something you have to think about too much. It's like business on easy mode is rideshare. Because the hard part is getting leads and getting customers and getting people interested in your business and trusting you enough to pay you money. That's what I found. That's the hardest thing to do. But when you have somebody else doing it for you, like the Uber platform, it makes it easier. It's also why selling online on eBay is a good first step. And then FBA, Amazon is a good second step. And then if you have your own website like a Shopify store, that's hard, much more difficult, because you have to get people visiting. At least on eBay, they go to ebay.com already, and on Amazon, they go to Amazon already. But if you have your own website, that's on hard mode because you have to get people in your store. It's like having a store in the mall versus having a store in just a random strip mall somewhere where you're a standalone building. That's a lot more difficult. Not a strip mall, sorry, just like standalone building somewhere. That's a lot more difficult than being in a mall. In a mall, at least people come to the mall even if they don't know about you, but if they're some random place, maybe they'll pass by, but for the most part, they have to know about you or search for you in Google Maps or something, right? You have to have enough trust. If you don't have trust in people, they're not going to come to you directly. At least in a mall, you can build that trust because people are in the mall already wanting to buy things, and then they can just wander into your store. That's a good segue for the things I learned on the way. That's something I learned on the way is a mentor of mine, I really liked what he talked about. He talked about how a lot of business, like there's no set structure for learning business. In a lot of the gurus online, they'll be like, yo, here's like, try this. And they're giving you something that's like college level when you haven't even started school yet. Maybe you're in preschool, business preschool, right? Like selling stuff on eBay is like business, like preschool, kindergarten, or whatever. Easy stuff. But they're telling you to make your own store and how it's easy. Well, that's easy if you've already graduated high school. Then it's fine. Then it's fine, something you can do. If you've already made a few successful businesses, you've already been able to build yourself up that way, then it's easy to do something like that. But people, like a lot of business owners, there's no structure. There's no set structure to learning business. So they don't really know what you know, and they'll assume that you know A, B, and C, when maybe you don't know that because you're just starting. Like, I didn't know anything about attracting customers. I didn't know how important reviews are in online business, or even in brick and mortar business. People find you online now, and they search for you online. That, most of the time when I find a new business, it's not because I went there. It might be because a friend referred me, but usually it's because I searched on Google Maps. And if you have no reviews, I will think differently about your business. When there's another business right nearby that has a bunch of reviews, I will trust that business more. So one thing I've found is having reviews is extremely important. And then, of course, having a good product is important. But having a good product is not nearly as important if nobody comes up to you. So those are a few things I've learned. And there are some more things I've learned that will come out in this video and more videos. What advice would I give to the person I was before? Imagine me, homeless, trying to do graphic design on my laptop, going to a cafe in Colombia and literally eating sugar packets because I was so goddamn hungry. And I had no money to buy food, even though food in Colombia was like pennies. What I would give to that person, I would tell that person, hey, stick in there. If you don't quit, you're guaranteed to succeed. I kind of knew that. I don't even know, like, that's not quite a piece of advice. It's more of a piece of encouragement. I would show that person who I was before what would happen if I just didn't quit. If I showed him my bank statement now, be like, hey, this is what you have to look forward to. And then I would also say, here's a piece of advice that I would give myself. Embrace the mistakes and make as many as you can. and it's so cliche, but it's cliche for a reason. I don't know if it's been said in this way before, but embrace the mistakes you make, especially in business, in dating, in anything really. But we're talking about business right now. I would not know how to attract customers, how to keep customers, how to give a good product if I didn't make tons and tons and tons, hundreds of mistakes along the way. Mistakes of how I talk to clients and how maybe that turns them off and makes them feel weird about the product and not want to pay me. Mistakes in being too desperate. It's hard to be like too pushy. I know a lot of sales guys are kind of pushy, and that works for them. I like to, as much as possible, rely on the product and pitch and have people buy my product who want to. I don't really want a client who's on the fence. See, a lot of the sales is geared towards people who aren't decided yet, who are on the fence. And if you're on the fence about buying, then if I convince you, you might still be sort of on the fence. Like, you're not totally bought into working with me. I had a client recently on the phone call. Shout out to you. You know who you are. I'm excited to work with you. He saw my YouTube channel, this thing, watched a few of my videos, and also I'm on a private forum. He saw some of my posts there. And he saw some of the videos by Andy, Kill You're in a Loser guy. I've done a few podcasts with him. Very grateful to you, Andy. Awesome, inspiring guy. Check out his website if you want, killyourinnerloser.com. He helps guys have threesomes and get girls and build an awesome kick-ass life and improve themselves. He's the inspiration for me getting lean and going down to 10% body fat. I'm only a few pounds away from that. And yeah, he's the inspiration for, and also my fashion, my upgrade in fashion. He's the inspiration for all of that and more. And actually, he's, believe it or not, he's the inspiration for me to go into photography. So check the hell out of his channel. He has a few videos, 3 videos with me, or 4 videos with me, 1 video about me, about my weight loss journey. And then his content is fucking amazing. He's coming out with he's releasing very shortly a threesome guide. He has threesomes with his girlfriend, like a lot, constantly. Very grateful to him. Thank you so much, Andy. Where was it going with that? Damn. I don't remember where I was going with that, but I'm very grateful to him, and that's another thing that I would advise to myself, is to find people who you can partner with and who you can help, and then they help you. You both help each other, right? You shout them out, they shout you out. You have them on your podcast, they have you on their podcast. And that's another thing I would suggest very much. Oh, I know what I was going with that. I'll swing back. That's another thing I would suggest very much, is to have some sort of podcast or YouTube channel, or both. I have a podcast, Passion Unchained Show. I think it's just called Passion Unchained. Maybe Passion Unchained Show. And then I have a YouTube channel, which you're watching right now. And an email list. Check out the link in the description below. Sign up to that. But have that, because that helps people find you, and that helps you put content out there that people like. And it gives you a platform to talk about your services and to connect with people, connect with possible customers and fans, and give them value and give them something that they admire. So I was talking about the client and talking about sales, and how I don't really like to be pushy. I like to just find people who are already sold on me, and I like to sell them through my content. This is something that I learned, I'd already been kind of doing, but I learned both from Andy and then also from Dan Henry. I think that's who he learned it from. Dan Henry, he's a YouTube guy, he talks about sales a lot. I don't like to be pushy. I like to just sell people already sold on me, they already want to work with me. This one guy, a business owner in the Boston area, and he called me up, he's like, hey, I saw your videos on Andy's channel, and I'm very grateful for what you do, and I want to work with you. Like, as long as it's not like some egregious crazy price, like, $1 million, like, I want to work with you. And he booked 2 shoots with me, paid up front, plus the travel fees for me to go to Boston, because he wants to shoot now and then a shoot in a few months once he gets even leaner. And paid it up front, very easily, very quickly, because he was excited about working with me, and that's the kind of person I want to work with. There's another guy, I actually talked to him a few days, maybe a week later or so, and he was like, hey, like, I'm excited about working with you. My friend referred me to you. Let's talk logistics. We talked logistics. I told him the price. He was like, cool, I'll send it over. and he hasn't sent it over. And I sent him a follow-up text because sometimes people don't send it over because they're busy or because maybe the link didn't work or whatever. And I'm like, hey, like, just letting you know, if it helps you out, you can pay half now for a deposit to lock in your shoot, and then a week before your shoot, the other half will be due. Just make it easier if maybe cash flow is an issue. And he said, I'm working on it. And maybe he is working on it. Maybe it is a thing that he's just waiting to get paid. It's quite possible. But maybe he just changed his mind. Maybe he's not totally sold on it. I don't know where he's at. It could be anything, and I really don't care. I'm not going to go and chase him. I'm not going to go push him. First of all, because I'm in a better financial position now. I'm in a good position where I don't need him. I don't need his sale. I want to help him. I want to work with him because I think I can help. He's new to town. He wants to get some good dating photos, and I'm one of the best out there, so I know I can help him. But I don't feel desperate. And part of that is because of the partnership with the Match Artists, the company I work with. I'm very, very grateful for them. And I'm extremely grateful for Nick, the co-founder who I work with, who is understanding and great to work with, and gives me a lot of freedom to do things my way and on my own time. As long as I do a quality job and I get things done in a good time for the client, he's happy. And that makes me very happy. I'm so grateful for this. And that's one of the huge reasons why I'm in a good financial position now. But I don't like to be pushy. I don't want to push him. If he's ready, he's ready. If he's not, I've given him a reminder, and that's all I'm going to do. I might remind somebody, but I'm not going to push them to sell. If they don't want to work with me, they don't have to work with me, and that's a huge lesson for business. You might get less sales, but every single customer will be wanting to work with you, and that is more valuable, I would say. I would rather have 5 customers that really want to work with me at whatever price than 10 customers that might want a discount or might be a little more demanding, or they might want a refund at the end or this or that. That's not the kind of customer I really want to work with because it's more of a hassle. It's more on my mind. I don't do as good of a job because I'm more stressed. I do a better job when my clients, yes, they can be picky because they want a good service. They can have demands, but they can't be demanding. I don't want to work with somebody who's demanding. They can have a list of things that they want, and I will do my best to make them happen, but I want them to like me and to want to work with me. It makes it so much more fun and so much more easy. So that's a huge thing. And then another piece of advice I'd give myself is do something you enjoy. If the business that you've started is not something you enjoy, then screw it. And this is a piece of advice that I disagree with. Some people say, don't make a business around something you love because then it will turn your passion into work. There is some truth to that, to the second part, that it turns your passion into work. I don't really want to do photography outside if nobody's paying me right now because I have too many photo shoots to edit and to do and to think about. And if I'm not getting paid for it, I don't want to do it. I used to love doing photography just for the fuck of it, but now I don't. At least not as much. And I don't see that as such a bad thing because I still enjoy doing it when I'm getting paid. I still enjoy doing it for clients. I still enjoy making them happy. And I think that's a huge deal. I think it's huge to go out and to do something you enjoy and get paid for it, even if the enjoyment used to be a 10 and now it's an 8. I think that's more than worth it. And if you do something you don't really care about, when stress comes, you don't feel motivated to work with a tough client or give him a good solid job, or you don't feel motivated to go the extra mile when you have to. You don't feel motivated to do these things because you don't like doing what you're doing. And if you don't like doing what you're doing, then that's not good at all. You need to at least enjoy it somehow. And yes, doing it as a business will take the enjoyment away from it to an extent, but you'll still enjoy it more than enough to be super grateful that you're able to do it and get paid every single day. That's what I'm grateful for photography, that I'm able to get paid every single day. Yes, it's stressful sometimes, but it doesn't take away from my gratitude at all. That's Homeless to Riches Part 2. Grateful for you today. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful for the people who have subscribed to this channel and watched it. We are over 200 subscribers, and I want to share my gratitude. I did at 100 subscribers 4 videos where I ate a total of 100 teaspoons of hot sauce as I was saying random facts about myself, each one. So I ate a teaspoon, said a fact about myself that I pulled out of a hat. It was a really fun video to make, but very difficult. At 250, I'm going to make something sort of similar. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure what it will be, but I'm going to make a subscriber thank you video at 250. So if you have any friends you think would like my content, would like to follow my journey, learn from my successes and failures, and who wants to create a life they love, then have them subscribe to my channel, share my channel with them, and sign up to my email list in the link below, so you get all the stuff, exclusive content, all that jazz. Check that out. I also do dating profile shoots here in Austin, or fly me out. I'm working with a guy in Boston soon. I have a lot more. Through my partnership, I've also flown out a lot to Tulsa, to Cleveland, to Miami. I'm about to go to Minneapolis and Raleigh, and I'm going out in DC, going out around the country doing shoots. So if you're not in Austin, or you don't want to come to Austin, then that's an option. I do have a lot of clients drive or fly in. I've had clients come in from Florida, from St. Louis, from California, from San Diego, from a lot of different places. So if you are not in Austin, you can come here. It's a great place to take photos. You can fly me out there, or if you're around the area in Austin or San Antonio, then we'll just do it around here. Take advantage of that, click the link in the description below that talks about that, and then sign up with a call for me. Go on a call with me. We'll talk about logistics and get you set up if you set aside. So looking forward to working with you. Looking forward to emailing you and seeing. Well, you seeing me. I'm not really seeing you unless you, email me. Email me if you want. I have an email in the description below if you want to email me questions, or if you want to just give me a love letter or something. I take them. I enjoy them. And, yeah. Until next time, folks. I almost forgot. Unchain yourselves. Unchain your passion. And live a life you love.